Hey, welcome to the show. Here in a few minutes, we're going to talk about some Xbox Live indie games. The show is recorded January 7th, 2011. Hey everyone, welcome to GameMarx. I am Mike Neal. I am joined by Dylan Wolf.
Hi.
Cicely Neal. Jasmine Neal. Alright, she's not reviewing anything yet. We're just going to dive right into some games that we got reviews up on the site here recently. And I want to start off with Dylan. You played Cthulhu Saves the World.
Yes.
So set me up here. Why is Cthulhu saving the world?
Well, Cthulhu has had a curse placed on him, and the only way to break the curse is by becoming a true hero.
So the most evil thing in all of reality and unreality has had a curse placed upon it.
Yeah, basically.
How does that happen?
I don't know. Just like
The economy's rough.
It's not. This is not
recession. There's an insanity recession.
This is not a story-heavy game. That's all you really have to know. Although, I was very happy with the way they did the script in this one. It wasn't just in Breath of Death, which is almost a prequel. Not really. I mean, there's no connection, but I mean, it's basically the same engine, same game mechanics. A lot of it is just, making jokes about 8-bit games and references to things like that. And this actually takes, the Cthulhu mythos and mixes it together with a lot of other...
Stands as its own game. It's not an RPG. We'll make some jokes about 8-bit and throw it together. Not to say Breath of Death is bad.
No.
Anything but.
I was just impressed that they were able to... continue on, make a second game and, make it with, high quality writing and actually be funny,
So we're going to have a review up, by the time this video comes up, of Cthulhu, but if you want to give us the preview of the review, what's it getting?
It's going to get a buy. I mean, I liked Breath of Death. If you like Breath of Death, it's more of the same. As far as game mechanics go, a lot of major improvements to the system, and actually an interesting setting.
Well, excellent. All right, so Cthulhu Saves the World is on Xbox Live now, Z-Boy Games, and that is 240 Microsoft points, $3 there. So Cicely drew the short straw. And for our 2010 review roundup, I'll talk to that in a second, you had to review Inside Lacrosse. And so on behalf of what I feel are the largest segment of our audience, I'm going to ask you, what the hell is lacrosse?
Sports fans? Oh, no.
Okay, sports fans. Lacrosse happens to be basically a game with sticks. It's kind of like Highlight. And for those of you...
We all know what that is.
Yeah.
For those of you who are saying, what the fuck, it's a game with sticks, kind of like hockey, kind of like a cross between hockey, soccer, and old half-court basketball. You got people on one side who are supposed to score, you got people on the other side who defend, and then you got people who run between the two. And basically you score until somebody wins. It's got 4 quarters and a halftime. There's always an intermission. Apparently, some people play it like hockey where there's 3 periods, but somehow there's still an intermission in there. Don't ask me how.
So is it like cricket?
I don't know the rules to cricket.
Neither do I. Just threw that out there.
I think cricket can last days.
I thought cricket was more like baseball, where you're, having
There's
to run
bases.
between
Well, there's
two.
sticks, and there's a ball.
Yeah, but you actually have to run back and forth.
Oh, okay.
There's not 4 bases.
And it's got a base, at least one base, maybe 2 bases.
Okay.
I
So,
don't-
well, how did you find?
I still have no
How
clue
did you
how
find
you play lacrosse.
Inside Lacrosse?
As far as game mechanics, as if it's like a game, if you're rating it as a sports game, it's a good sports game. Not that I like it anymore, because I don't like lacrosse. If I liked lacrosse, maybe I'd like the game better. It played nice. It's got some sort of upgrading system where you can make your players pimped out and
Is it like a league play mode, or
some sort of either league play or season play. I'm not certain which. The menus, you just want to shake whoever made the menus and tell them.
that would be Carlos Sunseri.
I don't know if he made the menus personally, but
Wow,
you
that's
signed
harsh.
off on it. You signed off on that, and I want to shake you.
So that review is up on the site. What score did it get?
It got a try.
At the end, it is a try.
Because it is a good sports game. And like I said, if you like lacrosse, this is a good lacrosse game, and it sounds like they stole somebody from EA.
I think if you like lacrosse, you don't have a whole hell of a lot of options.
Yeah.
This is it for you. It's not in the game. EA Sports has not touched lacrosse yet. Oh. Right. So my recent review, for the review roundup, was Mo Mercury. I think I'm saying Moe Mercury.
Oh.
Moe Mercury, which Mercury, that translated to something. That was
Turn.
flipping, turn. So Mercury is Japanese for turning. Mo is short for Mokiko.
Moe.
No, I think it's just Mo. I
No,
don't,
it is Moe.
It's Moe. M-O.
would it be Moe Mokiko?
It's two letters. Moe.
Would it be Moe Mokiko though?
Yes, but Moe.
Okay, most people who are into that genre are gonna in this country are
They're
gonna know
gonna
it as Moe.
know. They're gonna know. So, the Moe are little 14-year-old girls that are blossoming or becoming developed or in training brawls. And you play a nice little puzzle game. You flip some tiles over, and kind of like what Americans would know as strip poker, you get to see more and more of the Moe as you get to the levels. And when you finally finish all of the levels, and there are over 75, there's like 100-something levels to get through, then you can move their breasts. That is the ultimate goal. That is
you
the
get to jiggle the
victory.
movies.
I think
You
one of the
can jiggle.
reasons you started playing that was you saw the description and like, what is that?
The description reads, special, you can move the breasts for the hard level in gallery. And yes, I had to figure out what that meant. If that was a bad translation, and no, it is not. It is exactly what you get to do.
You go to the gallery, you jiggle the movies.
The game is itself, the puzzle game is quite fun. There is a re-released update, and they give you a lot more levels in a timed kind of play mode, and I found that really fun. I actually found that you had to sit down, think, and know how you were going to solve each puzzle, because you had to do them in a time limit to get all through 5 puzzles of varying difficulties. So I found that quite enjoyable. I think anybody who likes puzzle games might like this if the Moe part is going to be okay in your household.
If you can filter out the J-pop and the Moe, yeah.
Yes, you did have more of an issue with the J-pop than I did.
It's this like happy little annoying song.
I found it kind of transitive. I was kind of okay with it.
It would keep me from being able to do the puzzles just because.
I like
Yeah.
J-pop.
Reviews on the site. It is completely in Japanese letters, so you might want to hit GameMarx to see those characters to go find them in the interface. But it is 80 points, and Koei is the developer.
Next.
So, new releases running down. This is going to be a new segment. We're going to try to get the show out weekly, and we're going to try to run down any noteworthy releases, just what catches our eye. We're going to skip over stuff that doesn't catch our eye.
All right.
or caught our eye in a horrible, horrible way, and we're still trying to get it out. Top up on the list, Wizard's Apprentice. This is an 80-point game by The Lost One. So we've all played this, and our impressions are just based upon trial play. We haven't actually downloaded or done a full review on these games yet. This is just trial impressions. But Cicely, what has your trial impression so far been as the resident Final Fantasy fan?
It's a lot more like Pokemon than Final Fantasy, like Dylan
Yeah,
said.
that's pretty much what it is.
Only it doesn't tell you who is water and who is earth, and I don't know what the hell is going on.
So you run around the game, and it really is that Final Fantasy style of overworld, and then you hit a menu-based combat system.
It actually uses avatars.
It uses avatars. You get to pick your avatar.
And your avatar gets to beat up on things, kind of.
The problem that I kind of have with it is for an RPG, it missed the first letter. There's no role here. We're not role-playing anything. I have to have a role before I can role-play, and it just seems to be running around and doing the combat.
Yeah, they counted the role as it's your avatar.
Had Wizard Apprentice had a little story to it, and some background, and put me on a quest, I think it could have been an interesting game. I think it was a good start. It could have been a novel.
It's got a story, but it doesn't really involve you.
Yeah, there actually is, like, I think you skipped past it.
It scrolls up the screen, and if you skip past it, you have no...
Yeah, there's some text, but I mean, I need more than text to be drawn in. You know, I need a little background image and somebody leaving their house and, or something. Something is happening to tell me that there's a story here. Too often I see the page of text, and I don't think it'll ever come up again or ever be relevant again. It's like background to a shooter.
It scrolls so slowly.
So how do you find it, Dylan?
I don't know. I liked the gameplay aspect. I liked the mechanics of basically Pokemon game. I didn't like the fact that it was very unpolished, like you said. It just didn't it didn't feel like a finished game in some cases.
Like you're walking around the map and you don't even have to hit the enemies. Half of them you can just avoid, and not like avoiding is like, I'm sneaking past them. It's avoid is like, I'm walking past you. You can see me. Are you going to attack? No.
So our next new release for this week is Avatar Karting. 80 points. Juan Alberto Munez is the developer on that. I went into this game and maybe this is just, what I've played in the past. But I really expected Mario Kart. Like, I saw this, and I thought it was going to be Avatar Mario Kart.
That's kind of what they were going for, I think. And
it does feel like
bad comparison.
I wasn't there on my own volition. They led me to that place.
With the K and just like, the start is flyby, and you're just like, okay, they can't use the music, but in my head it's going do 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 do. Okay,
I mean, they should have called it Avatar Go-Kart. And then that would have changed the perception, which is really what it is, because you are only riding your carts around the track. You don't have power-ups, you don't pick up, you don't have special things. You do have a boost ability that picks up as you drive, but
it's a nitro, but that's about it.
That's really it. I really wanted more from this.
It's kind of a rough game. There wasn't much, with the absence of power-ups, there wasn't much to it, and the controls were just
AI
all over.
Is, pardon my French, dickish.
That's Mario Kart.
Well, yeah, but...
No, getting stuck on the bumper of the AI and being driven into the wall.
I think that happened to all three of us separately, so it's a common thing.
A coded thing.
Because this one blonde chick, she drove me into the side of the wall, and she kept me there until the race was half over.
Yeah, so, and then the other thing, the country soundtrack.
Yes.
Actually,
it's the same song.
Well, I wish it was more than one song, but I kind of liked it.
I liked the style, I just didn't like the repetitiveness.
Yeah.
I didn't like the style or the repetitiveness. I could leave both.
It's like King of the Hill.
Our next game for new releases this week. Paddle Battle, 240 points. Onslaught Studios. So this game reminded me of Warlord, which is it's an Atari 2600. You had, it was kind of like a weird reverse breakout game where you had a paddle, and your little paddle went around your castle. And your castle was kind of like a breakout thing, like it could be knocked off in blocks. And so you would launch your ball at the other four corners, and they would try to deflect the ball and knock it out. But this seemed to, it is a kind of a breakout game, and you're playing four-way breakout, which is cool in and of itself. It looked like a cool idea. I found it really busy to understand what was going on.
Yeah, it definitely felt like they were trying to cram too much into too small a space on the screen.
Yeah, they could have spread things out a little bit more. I think that would have added to the enjoyment.
3 words. What the hell? That describes everything that went on with that game.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess at no point did I really have an idea of what exactly was happening, what was going on.
Yeah, that's true.
So I guess enough said about that one. Now, okay. 4th time is the charm. New release for the week, Grapple Boy, 80 points. Ian Thrax is the developer on that. And this is another hard as fun platformer that I got stuck with reviewing a lot. But this one seems to be done really well.
Yes. I like the art style.
The art style has a lot of polish.
The storyline is cute.
The storyline is cute. You've got to return the videos to the store.
It closes at midnight. It's at the top of the mountain.
I don't know if the younger kids will understand that, or if they, in the world of Netflix and BitTorrent, if they'll get that reference. But, yes, your little blue ball, little blue egg guy, and aside from taking the videotape back to the store, you swing from your tongue.
Yeah.
That's how you grapple.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really awkward control scheme, or at least it felt like it to me. Of course, I'm kind of a lightweight when it comes to platformers.
It was kind of awkward. It made it better because he made most of the other buttons be jump as well. So I ended up a lot of the time using my right trigger for jump, and then pressing A to release the tongue, and then keep both of my thumbs on both of the sticks so that I could aim and jump and everything all without having to move anything. And that seemed to be the best setup.
Seems like you could only use your tongue when you were in the air.
You are,
so, yeah, like that.
Yeah, that was a little clumsy for me to figure out. But yes, the tongue only worked in the air. It does have the kind of thing, like if you get into the rhythm, you can get through it pretty well. It keeps to the good tenets, though, of hardest platform games. I mean, they get you back right into the action as soon as you die. It's not a big deal to die. The levels are short. So it looks like it could be a fun one. So that looks like something that'll have a review up on the site here over the next week. So one of us will draw a short straw and have to try to finish that game. The last... yeah, I don't know. The last thing we have on here is Lawnmower vs. Zombies. 80 points, Fun Factory. I think if I played that game, we wouldn't be talking about it. If I had made the list of games based on playing them. So I'm kind of picking our list off of their trailer video and their screenshots and their description, whether or not we should even check out a trial. And this one sounded interesting. But
Zombies.
It seems to have no point. I mean, you guys, I know you didn't play this one because it was a last-minute ad, but you saw me playing, and what was the point? What was I doing?
You were, I think if you had battled somebody, you'd be cutting more grass than the other person, or killing more zombies with your lawnmower. That was funny. With your lawnmower than the other people. Don't, and like in real life, don't cut the flowers, otherwise you'll die.
With a name like Lawnmower vs. Zombies, you think there's going to be lawnmower zombie combat, which mowing over the zombies, that was fun, that was cool.
The zombie killing you was cool too.
It was rare though. It wasn't like a twin stick shooter or something where there's hordes of zombies. It really was like mow the lawn and take a break and run over a zombie.
Yeah, I mean, obviously if a zombie touched you, that was an issue, but that didn't seem to be...
And it took a
that easy to
second
do.
for the thing to kill you after it touched you.
Like, we had to go, wait, let's see
park
what
the mower
happens.
and let it run at you from the side. Don't let it run at you from the front, and see what happens to actually get an explosion.
And there was screaming, and then explosion, and then the zombie was the only thing left.
Yeah.
Moving around an entire field, though, like, is just kind of tedious.
It is. It was a mow the lawn simulator, and that doesn't sound fun at all.
The intro where it revs the engine before it starts the lawnmower was fun.
So I thought this was going to be more argument, debate, interesting arguments going to happen at this point in the show, but I don't think it. What's our GameMarx Game of the Week?
Out of those?
Yes, out of our new releases of the week, GameMarx Game of the Week.
Grapple Boy.
It's
Yeah.
Grapple Boy. I don't think. Yeah, so not a lot of debate this time around. Maybe some other weeks will be a better. Hey, if you've missed any of our reviews, you can go check them out at the GameMarx site. Just hit on reviews, and then you can jump into the archives there. We have been issuing 2 to 3 reviews a day as part of our 2010 to 2008 roundup review. Instead of picking a game of the year for 2010, we decided to go ahead and just hit the top 30 rated games as they were rated and write reviews up on those. So that's winding to a close. We're closing in on those. So thank you everyone for watching. And if you have any questions or comments for the show, just send us an email at theshow@gamemarx.com.